Hey guys, welcome back to another class. Today I'm in beautiful Bangkok, Thailand. I'm gonna take you through a sequence that is all about exploring space in our body. So if you're ready, let's get started together. Sit on your mat with your legs crossed. Rest the back of your hands on your knees and take a moment to connect to the ground underneath you. Feel the breath flowing in your body, energizing you and bringing in vitality. And today's class is about creating space and exploring space in our body. So energetically, think about rooting down through your seat bones and growing a little taller from the crown of your head. Visualize the space in your body expanding, making you feel bigger and bigger. And when you feel ready, you can slowly join the hands at the heart and set your intention for today's class. Remember, you can always take all the time you need, so you can pause this video at any time. Once you set your intention, you can slowly exhale and release the pause. Take a moment to let it sink in, connecting to your breath. And then inhale, raise your arms up, look towards the sky. Join your palms together and exhale down the middle line of your body, joining the hands in prayer position. Once again, inhale, lift your arms up, join the palms, and then exhale, lower it down towards the middle line. One more time, inhaling up, creating space in your back. Exhale down to the heart. Always reconnecting to that first intention. Release your hands. Inhale, lift the left arm all the way to the sky, and then exhale, side bend to the right. Now here you want to keep both sit bones grounded and the head looking down towards the mat or up towards your left hand. Here we're creating space not only in our rib cage but also in our hips. Now let's create small circles in the air with that left arm. And you can go as big or as small as you'd like, as fast or as slow as you'd like. Just become aware of the space in your shoulder. Relax your neck in this whole process and just continue your exploration. Exhale, come back to center and switch to the other side. So right arm up, side bending to the left. Keep both sit bones grounded and breathe deeply to improve the stretch in the ribs. Once again, here it is your choice if you want to keep the head looking down or you can look up towards your hand. Start making small circle with that arm in the air to explore the space in your shoulder. And maybe one side feels completely different than the other, and that's okay. We're working towards balancing it out today. Exhale, release back to center. And uncross your legs, coming on all fours today. Once you get there, connect to your core, drawing the belly in and extend the left leg behind you before crossing it over to the right side. With the crown of the head, reach towards the foot and stay here, expanding through the left side of your body. Now come back to center, lifting the foot off the floor and extend the right arm straight in front of you. You want to try to create a long line of energy from the heel all the way to your fingertips. Keep the core strong. Exhale, release the pose, coming back on all fours, and then sit back into Balasana, the child's pose. Take one cycle of breath here. Release deeply and come back on all fours one more time. Right away, extend the right leg behind you and then cross it over to the left side, reaching with the crown of your head to the left. So here we're expanding the right side of the body, exploring space With ease, come back to center, lifting that right foot off the floor. Extend the left arm straight forward in one line with your foot. Hold it here, strong in the core, and then release with control. Once again, we'll be sitting back into Balasana, releasing the forehead to the ground. Take a long cycle of breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose, and then come back on all fours. Tuck your toes under and lift your tailbone up into your first downward facing dog of today. Bend your knees deeply and extend both legs together, focusing on creating space in your shoulders, creating space in your back, opening the calves. Once again, bending and extending. Feel free to go at your own pace. We're working towards warming up the whole body here. Take a moment to find stillness in the pose, checking in how it feels, and then come forward into plank pose, lower down in chaturanga. Release completely on the ground and lift your upper back into baby cobra, hands underneath the shoulders. Hold it here, activating the upper back, keeping the breath flowing easily. And then lift a little higher, maybe in upward facing dog, lifting your thighs off the floor. Hold it here for a couple of deep breaths, opening the chest, and then exhale back into Balasana. Relax the forehead to the ground. Bring the hands towards the right side, creating that nice side stretch into our rib cage. Relax here as you focus only on your breath. Now switch to the other side and go back to your first intention, that intention of exploration of space and expansion in our bodies. Come back to center, shift forward on all fours, tuck your toes, and lift back in downward facing dog. Once again, work towards creating more space in your joints, opening the shoulders. Take your time here to explore this position with stillness. Then lift your right leg up, flexing the foot, keeping the hips square as you can. And then slowly knee to chest, stepping forward into low lunge position so you can release the back knee on the ground. Inhale, come up with your hands on your knee and find length in your spine. Try to have your pelvis neutral. Breathe deeply and then lift your arms up. Interlace your fingers, reach up, creating even more space, and just stay here for a moment. Release your arms and bring them on your hips. We'll be lifting our left arm up, finding space in the shoulder, and then slowly side bend to the right side. Careful with balance here. You can breathe deeply with control. Exhale, come back to center and lift the other hand up, look up, and then exhale to side bend. It's a great stretch also for the psoas. Bring your hands on your hips, roll down with your hands on the floor, and then slowly exhale, extend that front leg, squaring your hips, and relaxing here, getting a nice opening of the hamstrings. This can be a quite intense pose, so if your front leg is not fully stretched, that's okay. Remember to breathe deeply in this one. Relax the head, relax the neck. Now you can bend the front knee. Exhale back to plank pose and lower down to the mat. Inhale into your up dog or cobra. Deep breath in, opening the chest, engaging the thighs if you're in up dog, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Every time we repeat the same pose, let's try to go a little deeper or explore a little more. We'll be now lifting our left leg up, flex the foot, hips square. Exhale, bend the knee and step forward in between your hands. Lower the back knee down, setting the foundation of your low lunge position. And then come up on your thigh with your hands. Find length in your spine, neutral pelvis, and breathe here. Allow the hips to release. So again, we'll go back to that idea of creating more space in the body. Interlace your fingers and lift the arms up, looking up. Deep breaths. Exhale, release your arms on your hips. Take a moment, find your neutral spine. Lift your right arm up and exhale to side bend to the left. Careful with balance here, you want to keep the core quite strong and the legs active. Back to center, hands on hips. Lifting the left arm up, reach up as best as you can before side bending. You want to create more space in between the vertebra and the ribs. Exhale back to center. Bring the hands down on the floor and extend the front leg as best as you can, trying to keep the hips squared. So draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Relax your body, relax your head. Again, we don't want to push the stretch. Instead, we want to feel it and explore it with compassion towards our body. Bend the front leg and step back into plank pose before lowering all the way down to the mat. Point your toes and come up into upward facing dog, thighs engaged. Deep breaths here, opening the chest. Exhale back to down dog. Once again, exploring the pose with more depth. Find your stillness. Let's step at the front of the mat, looking forward. You can also hop forward. Exhale there into your Uttanasana, forward fold. So head close to the knees. The torso is connected to the thighs. Don't worry about extending completely your legs. You can have a micro bend in the knees. Now inhale, find more length in your back, almost flat back. Exhale, walk your hands to the right side. You can stay up on your fingertips here. Walk your hands to the left side now. And then back to center. Bend your knees a lot more. Inhale, coming up to Utkatasana, chair pose. Knees and feet together. Stay here, finding activation in your legs, and maybe peel your heels off the mat. And come all the way up to standing if you want that extra challenge in your practice today. Find length and then release the heels down with control. Release your hands down by your side. Inhale, arms up, join the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down at the heart, reconnecting to your intention, to that space within you. Release your hands slowly. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, we're going to bring the right hand on the hip and then side bend to the right side, looking up to the left hand. Deep breaths here. Again, opening the chest, keeping the front ribs in, so you can bring one hand on your ribs if that helps. Stay strong in your legs. And come back to center. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, to side bend to the left. Again, take your time here. You want to keep the front ribs in. Explore the space in your body, space in your breath. Stay rooted through your feet. And come back to center. With control, both arms up. Exhale down to your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up one more time. Join the palms together. Exhale, this time folding forward into Uttanasana. Walk your hands to the right side. Just like we did earlier, this time we're going to extend the legs a little more. Then walk your hands to the left side with your legs straight. Keep the breath flowing. And just focus on the space in your hips, in your back, in your arms. Come back to center. Step or hop back into plank pose and then lower to chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale for downward facing dog. Again, exploring the pose a little more. Lift your right leg up, open the hip, flex the foot, and then bend your knee as if you wanted to kick towards your glutes. It's a great pose to open the hips. Come back to center and step forward in between your hands. Pivot the back heel down and come up into Warrior 2. Straight away we'll be transitioning into Reverse Warrior. Look up towards your right palm. Front leg is still bent. And now we'll be stretching that front leg, reaching even further with the right arm. So here really we're going to create more space in the ribs. As you exhale, slowly transition into triangle pose with both legs straight, tilting from your hips, opening the arms wide, widening through your back. Find length in the spine, especially in the low back. Feel your legs energized. Exhale, bring both hands on the floor. Square your hips and then lower the shin down for pigeon pose. You want to have that glute grounded. If that's your case, you can reach your arms forward and fold there, bringing the forehead to the ground. Now walk your hands to the right side so that we get a nice extra stretch into the left side of the rib cage. Let's go over to the other side. Come back to center. And come up. Tuck the back toes under. Lift back into your three-legged dog. Lower the foot down into your regular downward facing dog. Stay here or take a flow with me, lowering down to chaturanga, upward facing dog as you inhale, and downward facing dog as you exhale. Root down through your feet and hands before lifting the left leg up. Bend your knee and open your hips. So you want to have that nice opening of the hips in this one. Extend the leg and step forward in between your hands. Pivot the back heel down, coming up into Warrior 2. Transition into Reverse Warrior, lifting the left arm up, looking at your palm, and keeping that front knee bent. Create more space by stretching the front leg and reaching even further towards the back. Exhale, tilting down into triangle pose, opening the shoulders, stacking them one on top of the other, and opening the hips. Remember to keep your core active here to protect your back. Lower both hands on the floor, square your hips, and lower your shin down for pigeon pose to the left side. Inhale here, exhale. If you're fully grounded, you can lower the forehead down and reach your arms forward. It's a beautiful pose to open the hips. We'll be walking the hands to the left side, keeping that right hip closed. And then walk your hands to the left. Try to keep the forehead on the ground. Come back to center when you're ready, lifting up. Tuck the back toes under and lift into three-legged dog. You can now lower the foot on the floor and stay or take a flow with me. Lower into Chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog, opening the chest. Exhale, this time for child's pose. Feel free to extend the arms here or keep them beside you. So pick the version that you prefer for this one. Just relax, take a moment to reconnect to your very precious moment here, very precious intention. Roll your spine up when you're ready. Inhale, lift both arms up, join the palms together. Exhale, down to the heart. Again, connecting to that intention of creating space, not just in the body, but also in the mind. And maybe also asking yourself, what does it mean to create space? Let go and reach your right arm up, side bending to the left. Again, opening the ribs, keeping that shoulder nice and open. Come back to center and switch to the other side. Deep breaths every time you move. Once you come back to center, you can sit on one side and extend both legs forward, flexing the feet. Inhale to lengthen the spine, reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forward towards your toes. Relax your head. You want to try to keep length in the spine, even though naturally it will round, but work towards that direction. Now walk your hands to the right side, keeping both sit bones grounded and both feet flexed. Walk your hands towards the left and think about the space that you're creating in the sides of your body. What muscles are you lengthening here? Coming back to center, let's try to go a little deeper in this pose. So exhale with control. Inhale, roll your spine up, ground your hands, and then come down on your forearms. We'll be swinging our knees from one side to the other just to loosen up the low back and release some of the tension that we may have built up. Stay present with your breath and with your body. Now lower all the way down to the floor and extend one leg at a time. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Move the feet towards the right side, maybe crossing the left ankle on top of the right foot. And then move your shoulders to the right side as well. So this is a half moon pose, laying down on the floor. Come back to center. Slowly, we'll be moving to the other side. So feet to the left, arms to the left. And this is a great pose to release and disengage our muscles. The floor is there to support you. Come back to center. Relax your arms and hug the knees into the chest. We're going to take a few gentle rocks side to side here. Noticing all the space that we've created during this practice. Exhale deeply, bringing the forehead towards the knees, and then relax completely on the floor. Simply letting go, taking a moment to visualize our body. Notice the space around the joints, the muscles that we stretched today that are longer. Maybe your breath can take more space in the ribs. And maybe your mind is clearer because we let go of some of the tension that we were holding on to. Whenever you're ready, you can join your hands at the third eye and close today's practice with one final exhalation. As always, I want to thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I will see you next time. Namaste.